If you're familiar with the film X-Men Apocalypse that came out in 2016, you're for sure going to remember this scene. In this scene, after Apocalypse has touched the screen and he's absorbed all of the information, has kind of come up to date to what's been happening in the Earth realm since his awakening, you're going to remember a very famous scene. Now, first and foremost, when I rewatched this particular scene, this one right here I'm about to show you, I immediately noticed a change in his appearance. I had watched the movie prior, not that long before, maybe a year before, and I recently came across this clip about 2 months ago, and I wanted to talk to you guys about this, especially if you're familiar with the film. This is a Mandela effect, and I haven't seen anyone else talk about it. I have heard people talk about the change of his appearance. His skin looks a lot more blue. His facial structure, the pronunciations on the side of his face are, for myself, from what I can remember, they didn't look that pronounced. And so when I first watched the clip, I did notice that. And I wanted to watch this clip in particular because it was my favorite part of the movie. And I really liked the character. And so I pressed play and I noticed there was a slight, he looked different to me. But since I'm not the biggest fan and I haven't watched this film a million times, I kind of let it slide. But there is a very important line in the film, and why don't I go ahead and just play it for you guys now.
In the streets, there is outrage against the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan.
The Brotherhood of Archon.
One of them was held in Boston.
But since the advent of nuclear weapons, the United States does not start fights.
Never before has man possessed so much power.
Soviet Union and the United States being superpowers.
Superpowers. The weak have taken the earth. For this, I was betrayed. False gods. Idols. No more. I have returned.
A new tomorrow that starts today.
Where did you come from?
A time before man lost his way.
Well, welcome to the 80s.
This world needs to be loved.
What?
Saved.
Boom. That is the line right there that has changed. And it's a very cryptic message that he's saying now versus what he said before. He used to say cleansed. He did not say saved. I know for a fact, and what I did when I heard him said saved, I immediately thought of the Archon, because he speaks of false gods and false idols. Well, the false gods and the false idols of this reality are the ones that brought in Salvationism to the reality. All of these false religions, all of these false prophets, all of this has been brought on by the concept of Salvationism. This is what has brought humanity to their knees, okay, to become prey. So when I heard that he changed it from cleansed to saved, and he says it in his dialect first, which I don't remember him speaking in another dialect prior to saying the word cleansed. I could be wrong. Again, I didn't watch this movie 1,000 times or anything, so I did remember him saying that. So I kind of freaked out and I was like, no. So I had the news, my partner, come in and watch the clip as well. Again, we had watched this clip together a couple times since I had watched the movie. And so I wanted to see if he would say anything. And yep, he noticed it too. So I know for a fact that he said cleansed before, because when I heard him say cleansed the first time, I immediately was like, Yes, that is what the Earth realm needs. This guy is a genius. He knows what's going on. But the moment they changed it to saved, you better be careful. You better run for the hills, because that's the same anthem of Christianity and all of these other religions. So no, the world doesn't need to be saved. It needs to be cleansed and ridded of these types of concepts, actually. So big Mandela effect there. Let's go ahead and just watch the rest of the clip.
Mohammed,
What?
saved.
You can't save the world just going around killing people. There's laws, systems in place for that kind of thing.
My child, why do you enslave yourself?
What are you doing?
Making you stronger. My goddess.
So from there, he goes on and gives her superpowers. He enhances her consciousness, enhances her abilities. She was already displaying acts of aerokinesis. He only enhanced her gifts. However, big Mandela effect here. Not a good Mandela effect at all. I think this took place within the last 16 months or so. And let me know if you've noticed. Let me know what you remember him saying. Very curious to see what your thoughts and opinions are on this. It's very telling of the time, this change. And while I have noticed different articles and blog posts about people noticing the change of his appearance from being more of a green gray looking to super blue gray looking, I haven't noticed anyone else talking about the change, the very subtle change that completely changes the tone of the rest of the film, for me at least, because that's a big line: saved versus cleansed. Thank you so much for watching. This video is a bit different than what I usually do, but I think it's important, and I want to know if you've noticed this change as well. Share with somebody who's watched the movie if you're not too familiar. Your opinions do matter. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.